Okay, it's live now.
Okay.
Okay, welcome everyone to 100X. Today is our another sharing day. We have Catherine Chen with us today. So before we start the sharing as normal, we'll just introduce what is 100X. 100X is actually an entrepreneurial platform. All of us here can connect to each other through this platform. We are here to share our connections, our opportunities, so that each of us can win together. So we have literally learning every day. So today we have Catherine Chen, who will be sharing with us OKR. So as entrepreneur, we need to always be learning and growing. Is it good just to have a platform to learn together? So that's why we need 100X. We have topics on many areas from personal growth, health, mindset, and clarity, even now with metaphysics. So you can choose what you need to learn from this platform. Also, we are inviting many successful entrepreneurs to speak on this platform, and we believe learning from the successful people is the fastest way to achieve success. So now we have here Catherine Chen with us today. So Catherine is an expert in the field of corporate talent development and management. Her experience includes leading the talent development and management program for a Fortune Global 500 company. Wow! She's a founding member of OKR Coach Network and has over 10 years of talent development experience in 3 countries, i.e. China, UK, and also Malaysia. So many of Catherine's clients had the busy but not productive problem. So people work hard on work output but did not focus on the work outcome. So we are here to learn from Catherine how she can help us to enhance the alignment and execution with companies and discover the OKR. So major takeaway from tonight's session, you will get from her 3 benefits of applying OKR, the secret of achieving goal settings, and how to achieve 2021 goals with OKR. So now let us welcome Catherine Chen. Catherine, the floor is yours now.
Okay, thank you very much, Eva, and thank you very much, Eddie. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this workshop. How to set achievable 2021 goals. My name is Catherine Chen, and I'm an OKRs coach. First of all, I would like to thank the platform 100X and also Audi for inviting me to share this topic on this great platform. It is already 9 p.m. If you are waiting in front of your laptop or computer, and if you are waiting to join this webinar, I will be deeply touched by your lifelong learning spirit. And I will do my best to share as much valuable information as possible within the next 1 hour. But before I share, I also want to let you know my expectation to you. Goal setting is actually a skill. It's like any other skill, such as swimming skill. You won't expect yourself to learn how to swim from attending a webinar. You learn how to swim when you go into the water, and when you find that you lose balance and you swallow water, then you start to learn how to swimming. So goal setting, it's the same. So during the next 1 hour, if you just listen to me, actually you won't get much value. It is a moment when you start to practice what I share with you and you start to use it, especially when you interact with me. That's a moment you can actually get value. So what I'm trying to say is participation equals value. So if you can set better goal by practicing whatever you learned tonight, I believe you will have better result in 2021. So now let's start. Oh, by the way, we have just completed the first quarter of 2021 and just wonder, how is your goal achievement progress? Perhaps you can share with me your experience or your challenges on Facebook. And later, before I finish my talk, I will have a Q&A session and I will look through all the questions answered by you. But by the way, I'm just out of curiosity. I want to know, did you ever fail to achieve your company or your department or your team goals in the past? For example, let's say you are CEO of your company and you spend a lot of time to come out your company priorities and your company goals. And you also spend a great amount of time to discuss those with your senior leadership team. And you assume that now everybody is on the same page. And you assume that every employee understands your company priorities and company goals. But in reality, you see very few people deliver what you expected. Or your team actually understand your goals, but they have no idea how to achieve them. Or another common challenge is your people truly understand your company goals and priorities. And they also know what steps they need to take so they can achieve your company goals. But the problem is within your managers. Your managers are too busy to track the progress of goal achievements. So that's why you are very far away from your goal completion. If any of these sound familiar with you, then it's time for you to try another solution. And this solution is called OKRs. The full name of OKR is called Objectives and Key Results. Basically, objectives mean where do we want to go? And key results mean how should we reach our goal or how should we reach our destination? And from this pyramid, you can see that every company will have its mission, vision, strategies. But what really drives the people to achieve the company's mission, vision, and strategy is actually employees' daily tasks. But however, in reality, there is always a big gap between company strategies with employees' daily execution. That's how OKR can bring value to close the gap between company strategies with employees' daily execution. That's how, if you use OKR, you can make measurable contribution to achieve your company mission and vision. And about 43 years ago, OKR was originated from the company Intel. But OKRs become famous when Google used OKR in 1999. At that time, Google was very small with only 14 employees. However, OKRs help Google to achieve more than 10 times business growth. That's why later, more and more companies started to use OKR, such as Netflix, Yahoo, LinkedIn, Huawei, Xiaomi, Alibaba, those companies. So some of you may think, oh, it seems that to achieve OKRs involve a lot of steps. Is that right? Because company goals are normally very big, very large. Yes, partly it's true. For your information, a complete cycle of OKRs normally involve 3 steps. Step number 1, set and align goals. Step number 2, checking goals. Step number 3, reflect and reset goals. And during the next 1 hour, we will focus on the step number 1, which is the most fundamental step, set and align goals. So just now I share with you many big companies use OKRs. Some of you may also wonder, is OKR only applicable for company goals achievement? The answer is no. Why? Later I will share with you. OKRs will also be helpful if we want to achieve our personal goal. But let's first focus on companies. Why more and more companies are using OKR? Because companies nowadays are facing 4 key challenges. Challenge number 1, the need for a strong and talent team. Basically, we found that some of our clients complain in their companies, there is always a group of employees who would like to stay within their comfort zone. So if the senior management team give them a little bit challenging targets or goals, they don't want to stretch themselves to go for the extra mile, not to mention striving for excellence. So if this group of employees become larger and larger in your organization, it's very hard for your company to achieve higher and better goals. Challenge number 2, lack of alignment within the company. Where a company has many departments, some of the departments may want to protect their own interests. So that's why they always overlook the overall company goals. So how to set horizontally and vertically aligned company goals within the organization? That is always the burning question CEO is looking for answers. Key challenge number 3, lack of focus. I guess perhaps this is one of the most common complaints we receive from our clients. Many of them complain that they know their employees are super busy, but they didn't see the expected results. That is because your employees already lose focus. They are doing something that your company think is not important. So how do we reduce the gap between company strategy with employees' daily execution? This is another challenge we need to overcome. And challenge number 4, VUCA environment. I believe last year we all had the experience that COVID-19 dramatically changed the way we work and it changed the way we live. So how do we be agile and adapt ourselves quickly into the new environment? How to improve organization agility? That is another big challenge in front of every organization. Now I'm going to share with you how OKRs can actually add value to companies. This company is a leading gaming company in China. By 2020, actually is last year, this company has already been established for 10 years. Actually, during the past 10 years, every year the company is making money. However, what concerns the CEO is the CEO has already come out the next 10 years company mission, vision, and strategy. And he wants to bring the company performance into the next level in the next 10 years. But he knows that by himself, he couldn't achieve so much. So how to engage 700 employees to together achieve the company goals? That is something CEO is looking for answer. Another challenge faced by this company is CEO notice there are some employees in the company, they lack of critical thinking and self-discipline. They just passively receive whatever task delegated by their managers without thinking. So the CEO is very concerned if this group of number of employees is increasing, the company will have challenges to achieve its mission, vision, strategy in the next 10 years. And because of these 2 challenges, this company used OKRs, and within 4 months' time, they managed to achieve averagely 200% to 400% business growth. And according to one of the business unit leaders, by having regular OKRs check-in meeting, the team has created the alignment that facilitate better communication and collaboration. And this company is a company that provides comprehensive corporate secretary, accounting, tax, and business operation in Singapore. So basically, this company have 2 challenges. Challenge number one, the director of the company was not clear how to make measurable contribution so that the whole team can achieve company goals faster. And the second challenge is the director of the company was not sure how to focus the most critical objectives that can accelerate the business growth. And because of this, they applied OKRs. And according to the director of the company, after using OKRs, they are very clear what they need to focus now and how to achieve that objective. And this company is an investment bank in Malaysia. The challenges faced by this company was last year, the company had increasing business, very good business, but employees were not able to cope with the increased business. So the company was looking for a better way to improve employees' competency. And another challenge faced by this client is they are looking for a framework which can set goals horizontally and vertically within a department so that everybody is working towards the same direction. And after they applied OKRs, according to the head of department, OKRs is a good communication strategy to accelerate team collaboration and communication. So just now I shared with you so many corporate examples. Some of you may wonder, is OKR only applicable to company goals achievement? As I mentioned earlier, no, OKRs is also helpful if we want to achieve our personal goal. Let's take this father for example. This is a father who is extremely busy, but he loves his son so much. So he wants to improve the bonding between him and his son. And he make it as his objective from January to April this year. And this father also developed 3 key results to help him achieve this objective. Let's see what he got. Key result number 1, increase the number of dinner days with his son from 3 days a month to 10 days a month. Key result number 2, when having dinner with his son, he doesn't watch TV or read the news. He only focuses on chatting with his son. And key result number 3, to come back home earlier at roughly 9 p.m. instead of 11 p.m. and give a good night kiss and a hug to his son before his son goes to bed. So this father knows as long as he can complete the 3 key results, he will definitely achieve his objective. Why we suggest you to use OKR to set your achievable goal? This is because OKR has 3 benefits: focus, agility, and clarity. Let's look through these 3 benefits one by one. Focus. Everybody, let's imagine. Now it's the end of the day. Actually, it is. And you just finished a very long and tiring working day. And it's time for you to order dinner for yourself. In front of you, there are 4 restaurants: Chinese steamboat, fried chicken, burger, and pizza. Share with us which restaurant will you choose. You can drop your choice on Facebook or you can type in the chat room. But if it was me 3 years ago, I will choose Chinese steamboat because Chinese steamboat is my favorite food. I guess some of you also like it. But later, however, I realized that more and more of my friends and relatives suffer from cancer, and some of them even pass away. So I started to realize that a healthy diet is part of a healthy lifestyle. So if today you ask me to make decision, I will tell myself I just need some rice, some meat, and some vegetable. So I would not go to any of this restaurant. I will just go to economy rice. So this is my choice. Some of you may laugh at me. You may think, Why are you sharing this with us? It's so small. Yes, what I'm trying to say is, how do you handle anything is how do you handle everything. A lot of our clients share with us that they couldn't achieve their goals, not because they don't have goals, but because on daily basis, they were being disturbed by too many people. Sometimes the CEO are being disturbed by clients. Sometimes CEO are being disturbed by their staffs or senior management team. So that's why they couldn't achieve their goals. A better solution to overcome this dilemma is we always focus what matters to our business growth. So if you can focus what matters, you will not be easily disturbed by the external environment. It's just like when it comes to the choice of order dinner from which restaurant. If you focus what is important to your health, it's actually very easy for you to make decision. And you will not be affected by whatever offered by the external world. Next, agility. I believe that this picture will remind you your experience last year when COVID-19 hit us. Yes, COVID-19 dramatically changed our industry, and the COVID-19 dramatically changed our customers. Some of our clients share with us, after COVID-19, the business plan they made in January becomes irrelevant in June. So if we still use the traditional 6 months or 12 months to set our goals, it's very likely that we are not agile enough. We cannot adapt into the new environment faster. So when we are using OKRs to set achievable goals, we will use shorter cycle. For example, when it comes to set OKRs, we will use about 3 months or 4 months goal cycle instead of 6 months or even 12 months goal cycle. And after we set goals for ourselves within a given cycle, we will frequently do check-in OKRs meeting. This is to guarantee that week after week, we are one step closer to our objective. And finally, by the end of OKR cycle, we will do reflect and reset OKRs meeting. This is to make sure that we can capture whatever learning, experience, failure, or even success stories we have in the first OKR cycle. So when we move into the next OKR cycle, we will minimize the mistakes we made during the last cycle. Next, clarity. Anybody like stories? I like story. Let me share an interesting story with you. So there is a young man whose name is Jerry in this story. So Jerry has a big dream. He wants to win a lottery ticket one day so he can get a lot of money. And he can use this money to have a big wedding and marry his beloved girlfriend. So in order for himself to achieve this objective, on daily basis, he prays to the God. But day after day, he realized that God actually didn't help him. So he became frustrated. And one day when he was praying, he complained. He said, God, are you listening to me? You never help me. I have been praying to you for so long. And God was also upset. So this is what God told Jerry. Jerry, why not you go to buy a lottery ticket first? That's the end of the story. The moral of the story is many of us cannot achieve our goals, not because we don't have goals, but we lack of clarity. What exactly we need to do to achieve our objective. Just like Jerry wants to win a lottery ticket, but he even doesn't have the clarity that he needs to go and buy a lottery ticket first. Then he can achieve his goal. So let me show you how important clarity is when we are setting our goals. Let's still use this father for example. This father, actually, he is like any other businessman. He is extremely busy and he actually has more than one goals in his work or life. For example, he will have some goals related to his health. He will have some career goal, business goal, relationship goal, or family goal. But why among so many goals, he only selected the bonding as his objective? Let's see the reason. Why now? Why now means among so many objectives, why this one he wants to select as OKR? So he said, I was too busy to spend time with my son in the past. My son is 10 years now. Our relationship is terrible. I'm very upset to see he is socially withdrawn, addicted to games. If I don't improve our bonding, it is nearly impossible for me to help him develop correct values and good habits. So this is my number one priority from January to April 2021. So this why now gives you clarity why you need to work on this objective from January to April. Next, OKRs also give the father clarity what exactly he needs to do so he can improve the bonding between him and his son. So through completion of key result number 1, key result number 2, key result number 3, this father gets another level of clarity what he needs to do. Now I will share with you another example. This is also a personal OKR example. So this actor, she sets OKRs to achieve her career goal. So let's see, this is a draft version of objective she had initially. She said, explore my talents in entertainment industry from February to May 2021. My friends, when you draft your objective or when you draft your goal, did you ever draft some similar goal like this? If it is, I'm afraid you will have challenges to achieve your goal because this objective is so vague and it's so ambiguous. It doesn't have clarity. So let's see, after revision, this actor's objective becomes explore my talents in entertainment industry and find out top 3 niche directions for myself. Those top 3 niche directions must fulfill 3 requirements. Number 1, they are needed by the market. Number 2, they are the areas I'm good at. Number 3, they are the area I have passion in. So when you compare the objective before and after, one of the biggest and most significant difference is the revised objective is more specific. It provides clarity for this actor in the next 4 months, for example, from February to May. And if you can write objective like this, it's very achievable. And now I'm going to give you a corporate world related OKR example. So this is a CEO of a digital marketing company who sets an objective. This CEO wants to ensure employees in his company gets a work-life balance. So this is his draft version of objective to achieve work-life balance for our staff from January to April 2021. And let's see what is his revised objective. And his revised objective is from January to April 2021 to establish a SOP to ensure other project managers can take over the bank's project from Joey and the project will be complete successfully. So my friends, you may wonder, how come this draft version objective is completely different from the revised objective. It's like two different things. Yes, it's true. They are actually two different things. Let's see what happened in between. So this is why now. Why the CEO later thinks that the revised objective is his real objective. So this is his explanation. Our critical banking client has already boosted our revenue this year. Okay, this CEO came to me last year when he was planning the strategy or some annual goal for 2021. So this year actually means 2020. Okay, let's continue. They are going to give us more similar projects in 2021 from other branches. There is currently only one project manager, Joey, who knows A to Z for this critical project. To ensure other future project managers can quickly take over this project if and when Joey is not available, a SOP must be in place. SOP's contents includes A to Z of the bank project details with words and pictures, which should be saved in Google Drive. So my friends, let me explain to you what happened. So what happened to this company digital marketing agency was last year, they managed to get a huge project from a VIP client, and this client is bank, and this bank has many branches all over Malaysia. However, within this company, there is only one person whose name is Joey, who can do A to Z of this big project. However, this company has employees working in different time zone in different countries. So whenever Joey wants to go for leave, when other project managers try to take over the project and they fail, the workload was overwhelming and they failed to take over again and again. And at the end of the day, CEO sees that everybody is exhausted. So that's why initially, when he set OKR for his company, he said, oh, I want to achieve work-life balance. But after we go deeper during the OKR's coaching, the CEO realized that the root cause for this problem is not work-life balance. It's a problem of SOP. Nobody knows how to systematically take over this project. So that's why CEO later revised this objective. By sharing the before and after objective, I want to share with you, my friends, if you are the CEO of the company and if you give like false objective or not accurate objective to your people, then your people will work on something wrong and they cannot deliver what you expected. So that's why we need to give clarity to our objective. And of course, to achieve this goal, the CEO actually developed the 3 key results. And I'm only sharing with you one of the key results. So this key result, the champion of this key result is John. John is one of the senior leader in this company. So the key result number 1 is 5 project managers paraphrase their understanding of the bank project's SOP, and Joey is 100% confident that at least 3 can fill in. So this is key result number 1. And the CEO knows as long as they can complete 3 key results, they will definitely achieve this objective. So this is another example to share with you how important is clarity when you are drafting your goals. So now everybody, as we mentioned at the beginning, goal setting is a skill. If you practice the goal setting skill again and again, you will set better and better goals. So now you can take some time to draft your OKRs by answering these 3 questions. For example, what is the objective you are going to achieve from April to July 2021? Remember we mentioned OKRs give you agility. we set goals in shorter cycle so that we can review it frequently and we can recap whatever learning we have. So the next cycle, when we are going to achieve our goals, we have bigger chance to achieve that. And the second question is why now? Why now basically means you have so many goals, but why you decide to work on this? Why this objective become your priority? And question number 3, what are your key results to achieve this objective? So due to time limitation, perhaps you can think of one objective from April to July and think of 3 key results to help you achieve this objective. And if you are willing to share your draft version of OKR on Facebook or in the Zoom chat, later before I finish my talk, I will take some time to review your draft OKR, and I will definitely do my best to give you my comments and feedback so I can help you to revise your draft OKR to a better version of OKR. So now let's move on. I'm going to share with you some common mistakes when people are drafting their OKRs. So these 4 sets of OKR were given by another CEO last year to me when he was planning the strategy in 2021 and also when he was planning the company goals. So look at these OKRs. You don't have to carefully look through every sentence, but share with me, what do you think of this OKR? What is the problem with this OKR? Perhaps you can drop your comments or your insights on Facebook. But now I'm going to share with you the problem with these 4 OKR is lack of focus. I normally suggest my client, if it's your first time to use OKR, within 1 quarter time or within the first cycle of your OKR, you only focus on 1 OKR instead of 4 OKRs or even more OKRs. Let me share with you why. Everybody, let's imagine today is 31st of August 2020. One of your products' current revenue is 9 million. What would be your goal to grow it in 4 months' time? You can think of the goal in your mind, and I'm going to share with you. This case study is actually one of my clients' case study. So they started to apply OKR last year since September. So before they start OKR first cycle, the key result they wrote for themselves is to grow the revenue from 9 million to 14.5 million within 4 months' time. And guess what? By the end of December last year, they actually didn't achieve this goal. What they achieved was 36 million. So do you think it's a good result? I think that's a brilliant result. Even they didn't achieve 500% growth, but they managed to hit 400% growth. So the reason I'm sharing this example with you is I want to let you know what is not OKRs. OKR is not your to-do list. OKR is not your regular work. Well, OKR is not your maintenance, health metrics, or business as usual work. OKR is something that you want to see growth or innovation or breakthrough. Then you use OKR to see the results, just like grow the revenue from 9 million to 36 million, which is 400% growth. We consider this kind of goal as OKR, not business usual goal as OKR. So that's why come back to this CEO's OKR. Within 4 months' time, this is too much for him. And after I share with him what is not OKR, and he reviewed all these 4 sets of OKR, and he shared with me, actually 75% of this OKR belong to business as usual. So I share with the CEO, if it's business as usual, if it's maintenance work, you just perform as usual. Only when some area you want to have a big growth or big breakthrough or innovation, you use OKR to achieve it. And this is another type of common mistake. This is another company's OKR in Q1 2021. So the company's objective is to be awarded ISO certificate by Q1 2021. And they have developed the 3 key results. Key result number 1, obtain global clients. Number 2, to enhance existing SOPs. Number 3, to comply with the latest regulations. So ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of this set of OKR? Have you identified any problems? The problem with this OKR is whatever you see in the key results are not considered as results. They are only tasks. What do I mean? For example, obtain global clients. What is the outcome you want to achieve after you obtain global clients? Perhaps you have some target like to grow clients in Asia, which is outside of Malaysia, from 1 to 15. This is the outcome you want to achieve. You don't just obtain global clients. You have an accurate and specific target and results in mind. Another one, to enhance existing SOPs. This is also a task. We cannot see any result. So how can we enhance this task? Or how can we transfer this task into results? We can change it like to optimize existing SOPs to improve working efficiency by 16%. This is a result you want to get after you enhance your existing SOPs. And the next one, how do we revise this? To comply with the latest regulations. When we are writing this kind of key result, we need to ask ourselves, why do we want to comply with the latest regulations? What is the outcome we want to see? How do we know whether we have completed this key result or not? So perhaps one of the suggestions is we can change it to comply with the latest regulations to reduce 17% of mistakes. So this is the result we want to achieve after we perform the task. So if your results are not results, it is hard to track later during the second stage, which is OKR's check-in meeting. Okay, now it's exercise time again. So ladies and gentlemen, share with me what's wrong with this set of OKR. This is a set of OKR given by another company's CEO. So let me check the chat room to see any one of you got the, oh, I saw some of you already like give me the draft version of your OKR. We will review that later. And if now you have some ideas what's wrong with this OKR, you can drop your comments on Facebook. But basically, the biggest problem with this set of OKR is it's too much. It's overwhelming. As we mentioned earlier, OKR is not everything. You don't pack all the work you do under OKR. OKR is an area that you want to see improvement. You want to see growth. You want to see breakthrough, because OKRs are always about stretching goals. Remember how stretched goal the client, one of our clients set for themselves to have 400, their goal initially was to have 500% growth just within 4 months time. We consider that as stretching goal. Okay, so another exercise. So this is an individual OKR objective. Learn how to use social media. Key result number 1, buy a Facebook virtual training course. Key result number 2, learn how to use Instagram. So ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of this OKR? What's wrong with it? I see answers coming. Let me see whether it's an answer to this. Okay. One of the participants asked a question. Okay, later we will address this question because it's about the difference between KPI and OKR. Okay, this is a good question. But now let's complete this exercise first. So basically the problem with this OKR is you don't see the results in the key results, you see task. For example, buy a Facebook virtual training course. This is only an action. This is a task for you. So what is the outcome you want to achieve after you purchase a Facebook training course? Perhaps you want to know how to do advertisement by yourself on your Facebook account, right? So we can revise it like buy a Facebook virtual training course so that I know how to do advertisement, or so that I know, so that I will have 3 advertisements on my Facebook. Key result number 2, learn how to use Instagram. Again, this is not a result, this is a task. So what's the outcome you want to achieve after you learn how to use Instagram? Perhaps you want to grow, for example, 2,000 fans on your Instagram, right? So this is the result. So that's why when we train our people how to write OKR, we give them the results-oriented mindset instead of task-oriented mindset. Okay, now finally we come to the Q&A session, and I know some of you just raised a question. Eva, so please keep posting those questions because at this moment I cannot see my Facebook. I will just read through the questions you asked through the chat room. Is that okay? Thank you, Eva. Thank you. So the first question is, expected to be good this year, but suddenly MCO 2.0 is announced early this year. Registered companies go after that. Oh, yes, exactly. So you are talking about the agility of organization, right? That's very true. Sometimes, like we have to admit that nowadays we are living in uncertainty times. That means we cannot predict too far. Sometimes even the senior leadership team, they are still exploring what will happen in the future, for example, after half a year. So that's why when we use OKR, we can engage our employees to achieve company goals together. Because leadership team themselves, the power is limited, the creativity is limited. So that's why we need to engage all the employees we have. Together, we can achieve more. Okay, another question. Okay, so here is one draft OKR. I think it's very interesting, and I guess many of us will have this kind of OKR, especially when we are setting our New Year resolution. So the objective is lose weight. And why now? Okay, look better. Oh, this is very precise, concise and precise. Look better. Okay, so the key result: lose 4 to 5 kg. Okay, key result: lose 4 to 5 kg. Okay, this is a key result we want to achieve, but I think it's more like an objective. We want to lose 4 to 5 kg weight. This is our objective. So what would be our key result? Perhaps we need to think what exactly we need to do so that we can achieve the objective, lose 4 to 5 kg. Perhaps we can think of our diet, like reduce, having 5 vegetables on daily basis, or reduce the consumption of meat. I don't know. I'm just like thinking like from the diet perspective. So this can be key result number 1. I'm making up, not very true. This is not my key result. So key result number 1, reduce 75% of my current meat consumption. And the key result number 2 is having 3 times exercise in gym. Every time the exercise is 2 hours. So in total, on weekly basis, you will have 6 hours exercise in gym, right? So how about key result number 3? Key result number 3 can be key result number 3 can be avoid having Chinese steamboat. I don't know, but I'm just thinking what exactly I need to do so that I can achieve my target, my goal, like lose 4 to 5 kgs. So this is my comments, this is my suggestion. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want me to give you my comments and feedback to your draft OKR, please feel free to post that on Facebook, or please feel free to post in the room chat. Next one, what is the difference between KPI and OKRs? This is a good question because there are many differences between these two. I will name a few major differences. For example, KPI is a performance evaluation tool. So normally the user of KPI is HR department. OKR is related to strategy planning, goal planning. So normally the user of OKR is CEO or senior management team. And another big difference is KPI is something about performance management, performance evaluation. However, OKRs is a critical thinking framework, and it gives people self-discipline. So it's not something about performance management or performance evaluation. It's about goal achieving. And another major difference is normally KPI is confidential because we use the evaluation of KPI to make decision who can get better salary increment, who can get better promotion next year. However, OKR is always transparent. Why? Because we need to facilitate collaboration and cooperation across departments or even within one department. So that's why everybody needs to be aware what their colleagues are busy with. And everybody needs to aware what their bosses are busy with. So that's why OKR is always transparent within the company or within the team. And another difference is KPI normally have longer cycle. Many companies review their KPI like once a year, twice a year, but OKRs, as we mentioned, agility. If you set OKR for your team, you will review it much more frequently. For example, in 3 months' time, 4 months' time, you will reset your OKR. And actually many difference, but I will end by like sharing the last difference. The last difference is KPI is normally about your business as usual work. But OKR, as we mentioned earlier, OKR is about improvement, business growth, business breakthrough, business innovation. So when we set KPI for our team, normally we expect our team to 100% complete all the KPIs they have. But when we set OKR, we normally set very stretching goals, aggressive goals, even like brilliant goals, like what I mentioned earlier, like 500% growth. It's stretching goal. So when we use OKR, we allow our employees to fail. It's okay to fail. But when you have KPI, normally you should 100% complete. Otherwise, next year, perhaps you cannot get good salary increment or promotion. No time bound. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, OKR cycle is normally shorter. Some company, their OKR cycle is half a month, 1 month, 2 months. But some other companies, they use 3 months as a cycle. But KPI is normally longer, like half a year or even 12 months. So this is a time duration of KPI and OKR. Okay. Okay, so this question is about the explanation, right, of the difference between key results and objective. Yes, definitely. Objective basically means where do we want to go? Where is our destination? What do we want to achieve? Key results is normally like what exactly you need to do so you can achieve your objective. And normally we don't put figures in objective if you are setting OKR for your company, because objective is supposed to be inspiring and motivating. But key results must be specific and measurable. Otherwise, you cannot track during OKR's check-in meeting. Take the father, for example. Just now we said the father's objective is he wants to improve the bonding between him and his son. And how does he know he will complete this objective? He has developed the 3 key results, which are all measurable. For example, he needs to increase the number of dinner days from 3 days to 10 days. So this is very measurable. And from his key result, you can also see the improvement. Okay, let's move to the next question. Is this a draft OKR? A sales team can achieve 8K commission individually in 3 months by attending 19 clients and close 19 clients, okay, and close at least 13 clients to hit the target. Okay. This is a little bit complicated. This is a little bit complicated because you put too much in your objective. I think perhaps a better way is you reduce it, like sales team achieve, not can achieve. It's can achieve, sales team achieve 8K commission individually. I think this is a little bit complicated. Before I give you my comments and feedback, I need to ask you, how challenged is this 8K commission? Is this K commission like, if your team work very hard, they only have 10 to 20% to hit the 8K commission? Or if they work very hard, like by 19% of the chances, they can get this commission. So I need to know more details. And let's move to the next question. Okay, what would be the recommended number of key results per objective? The recommended number of key results per objective. Normally it will be 2 to 4. The most ideal number would be 3. But 1 key result definitely is not good, because what if this key result fail? The whole objective will fail. So we normally suggest our clients to take to use 3 key results under 1 objective. Okay, so this is another comment or OKR. Have a team of 8 by August weekly, at least 5 interview and carefully selected and filter sales background. Okay, this is little bit vague for me, ambiguous. So for certain OKR which require contest for me to give feedback, normally it will take me like 1.5 hours to 2 hours to fine tune and to revise the OKR with my client. So if you are interested to give me more context, perhaps you can share with me some scenario or more information. So I will be in a better position to provide you the feedback. Okay, another question is, can we have KPI and OKR together? Definitely can. Why not? As we mentioned earlier, KPI and OKR are totally different things. KPI is something you use to evaluate your employees' performance. It's an evaluation tool. OKR is normally related to strategy planning, goal achieving. So you use OKR to achieve your company stretching goals. So they are in 2 different areas. I have a lot of clients who have both KPI and OKR in system. And the next question, micromanagement advisable for sales team now. I need more information about this question. Next one, objective, get 100 sales. Okay, this is too concise. I don't know how to give you the comments. Get 100 sales, make 1,000 calls, set 500 appointments. Okay, this one to me look like KPI. It looked like maintenance job. It looked like something your people need to do on daily basis or weekly basis or monthly basis. So without context, I don't know whether it's stretching goal for your team or not. So perhaps you can share with me more context. Why, like what is your objective and why is it important? And also like make it more specific. As I mentioned, if you want to set achievable objective for your team or for yourself, you need clarity. So if I don't have clarity, it's very hard for me to even understand what is this objective about. Okay, Eva, I guess that's all the questions we see, right? If it's okay, if it's all, then I almost come to the end of my talk. So let's recap. During the past 1 hour, we learned what is OKR and the definition of OKR and where does it come from. And we also learned why do we need to use OKRs to set achievable goals for ourselves, because OKRs give us 3 benefits: focus, agility, clarity. And we also learned some OKRs example in personal life and also in corporate world. And finally, we learned some common OKRs mistakes when we are drafting our goals. So before I end my talk, ladies and gentlemen, I want to share this story with you. This is a story between a policeman and a drunkard. One evening, a drunkard was looking for something under street light. And a policeman passed by. The policeman asked the drunkard, "Hey, what are you looking for?" And the drunkard said, "Oh, I'm looking for my keys." And the policeman was so warm-hearted, he started to look for keys together with this drunkard. But after some time, none of them found the keys. And suddenly, the policeman asked the drunkard, "Hey, are you sure you lose your keys here?" And the drunkard said, "No, I lost my keys in the garden." And immediately the policeman was mad and he shouted at the drunkard, "Then why are you wasting my time to look for keys here with you?" And guess what the drunkard said? The drunkard said, "Oh, because there is no street light in the garden." That's the end of the story. The moral of the story is we have some employees in our company who are like this drunkard. They just stay within their comfort zone without thinking improvement or business growth. And they are repeating whatever they get comfortable. So if we have more and more employees in this system, it is very difficult for us to compete in the king industry. So that's why, to summarize, we need a critical thinking and self-discipline framework so that we can engage all the employees to achieve our company goals faster and effectively. With that, I will pass over the control to Eva. Thank you very much, everyone, for your attention, and thank you very much for your time to attend tonight's webinar.
Thank you very much, Catherine. We learned quite a lot from you. Today, I just know that OKR can be applied on the personal goal and objective as well. So it's like a mind-blowing. Yeah, we should be using it on our personal level as well, right? Not just focusing on the business. So Eddie, I'll pass it back to you.
Yeah, personally, I'm actually asking a lot of questions about sales because previously I was running a sales team. Okay, whichever today I should learn this skill earlier, because I eventually I have a obstacle to running a sales team because eventually maybe the KPI is too long, as you say, there were 6 months, there maybe use 1 year to actually evaluate the result, right? So eventually we're getting not really favorable KPI at the end of the year. All right. So really thank you. Eventually I learned a lot of things here. And then I believe, Catherine, you also go through giving a lot of consultation to some of the companies. That's why you have a lot of case studies. I really hope that I can get more case study from you so that I can share more to my my colleagues and some of my company as well. All right. So on the floor, do you have any other questions? All right. So I believe Catherine has shared a very good way to draft out the objective and also how we can actually make it more details, okay? And bring it down to small step. This is very important because we always think of the big picture at the behind, okay? When you want to do this, only the end result, but maybe we already forgot the process to achieve the goal, all right? So really thank you. I believe also if we set our goals well, there are no way we can't achieve the goals that we set at the specific time frame. All right. So if let's say there are no more questions, I think I could. Thanks again. All right, Catherine, for your time. All right, I really appreciate it. I think we're going to arrange a section again. If let's say on the floor there are more participants that would like to know more about your course or anything, and then we're going to definitely look for you. All right. So I will end the live now.
Okay, just one more thing. If any of you wants to ask more, perhaps you can add me in LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn, so you can search Catherine Chen Gaolan. This is my name, or you can scan this QR code so we can be connected. If you want to have some more questions, and I didn't see your questions, so we can connect in the future.
Very good. Everyone, please scan the QR code and add Catherine so that if let's say you need more consultations about Catherine, then please go for it. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you.
You have Facebook also, right?
Yes, I have Facebook, and on Facebook I'm sharing some short videos and also articles about the case study of OKR. So if you are interested, you can also add me on Facebook. On Facebook, you can also find me Catherine Chen Gaolan.
Oh, okay, very good, excellent. Thank you very much. So we can find you online. All right, so we're going to off the live now. Eva, you're going to off the live?